guess we're going no classes. Good morning, good evening, good night, whichever time you're watching this. Hey there. It's Sally back with a little bit of a different video. I'm not actually doing anything. It's nighttime. I think it's like 8 o'clock, so it's like actually not that late. But like, let me move back. This is good. This is good. Okay. Anyways, this is going to be a little bit more of a story time type video. Never even considered shooting this as a story time, and then I started thinking about it and I was like, this is weird and kind of funny, so like let me share it with more people because what the heck. So that's what this is going to be. By the title you can tell this is the story of the time I watched a man pee on the street. Yeah, that's it. That's the story. So let's get right into it. Well, no, let's backtrack because I don't want this to sound like I have like never witnessed or like know that men like pee or whatever. Like, if you didn't think there was backstory to this, there is. So let's give that. So I grew up in Portland, and there's this whole motto about like keep Portland weird, and like you just like expect like weird stuff to happen because that's just like that's our reputation, and it does, and that's it. So like in my time, like I grew up like right outside of Portland, to be more like specific. Like I was in like a small suburb outside of Portland, but I went to high school in Portland, so I was constantly taking the like public transportation downtown and all that stuff. So yeah, so I would get like I had little experiences. Like for one of my birthdays, I took public transportation into downtown, and we had like this like homeless person yell at us on the train for having cell phones. So like that was an experience. I had started taking like in middle school for like practices, and I would like just see the craziest things. I think the first time I ever saw a vape was on the train, and like I thought this man was gonna like inject me with something because I had never seen anything like that before, and like suddenly this man had like this device and like liquids, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Like later on found out it was a vape. And so just throughout like me having to be downtown and in like weird Portland, I was just experiencing all these different things of just like weird people. This guy was like sitting across from me once, he like moved his leg, and his like member popped out of his pants. So like I experienced the weird. Anywho, catching back up to now. So I moved out to Atlanta, and like moving to Atlanta, I was like, it's gonna be a little bit more, you know, it's like cities, so like obviously I knew there was gonna be like homeless people because I had seen like countless homeless people like moon people like in restaurants and like pee on the streets. Like that was like I had seen that before. And so moving out here, I was like, oh, it'll kind of be low key, like it will probably be a little bit different. They don't have the same reputation. Like nobody says like keep Atlanta weird, but like that's what you said in Portland. So I was like, oh, okay, like this is gonna be different. And then like within the first 2 weeks of me moving here, I saw a naked woman getting arrested. Insert, I think I have a video. It was something else. I wasn't ready. And like from that point on, I was like, oh, Atlanta's gonna be something. Like this just city life is just gonna be different. It's gonna be weird. Like that's just, I need to mentally prepare for that because that's how it's gonna be. So this is, now we're back to my story. What this video is about, me watching this man pee. This was literally unlike any other experience I had with like a weird person on the street, because a lot of the times it was with homeless people, or I was like in a building like witnessing what was going on outside. And so like to me, like it was just like, oh my god, like funny, like a story I told him, like that was it. This time it was like there's like a build up to it, and just the sequence of events made me like baffled. Like I was truly baffled by like what I had witnessed. So I was with some of my friends. So I go to Georgia State, so I was on campus, and you have like the rec center, and like there's like some space to kind of like pull up in front of the rec, but you can't, like you're still kind of in the way of like the street, if that makes sense. So like you can do it, but like you want to be fast because you're like kind of in the way. Like if you open the door on the other side, like you're gonna kind of be in the way of traffic and people have to swerve around you. And so we're driving, and we notice this like car that he's in this like a bigger like SUV type Cadillac thing, and well, not thing. He was like in a Cadillac SUV, and he's driving with all his windows down, like music's blaring, like, and he's kind of driving like iffy, like he's swerving a little bit, like kind of like he's just not doing a good job, and it was like questionable. He's also being extremely obnoxious with his music and like staring off, like he was giving us weird vibes from like our car, like we could feel like he kept like staring at us, like it was weird. So we keep driving or whatever, and he like gets across the lanes and pulls up at like in front of the wreck, like I explained it. And so it's like the wreck is at the corner, so there's a stoplight right here. So he pulls up and all like the light was red, so everyone's like stopped. And this guy is still blaring his music, like doing this whole scene. And suddenly he gets out of his car. So he's like on the driver's side, gets out, leaves his door wide open. His pants are below his butt, like his shirt is like at his waist, and then his pants go, like you can just see his green boxers like out in the open. This man doesn't care. So that was my first, I was like, okay, like that's fine, like guys sag, it's a thing, whatever. And then he gets out from like the driver's side, walks around his car to the passenger side, opens the door, and you like see him shuffling around, and then I see him come like close the door, whatever. He has in one hand a lit like black, like whatever those things are, like yeah, he has one of those in one hand and a bottle of Grey Goose in the other. And like when I say a bottle, I don't mean like a small one. Like this man had like a large bottle of Grey Goose in the other hand, and he comes and walks back around to the driver's side, sits in the driver's seat, and just keeps like he's smoking and like whatever, just chilling, blasting his music. His door is like in the way, like everyone stopped, so like we're just sitting like watching this man like do whatever he's doing. He with the thing still in his hand, opens the bottle of Grey Goose, pours one out for the homies like into the street, like he's just chilling, like he has his legs spread like in the door, pours one out for the homies or whatever, drinks some, and then continues smoking. And so I'm like sitting in the car like I'm dying. I was like, this man, like the sequence of events, like he's smoking, like first he was just driving funny and like blaring music and it was like obnoxious, whatever, like okay, like you're cool. But then like he's out here, like he likes to smoke, like he's drinking, which like he's the one driving, like it is only him in the car, like there aren't other people, like no, like he's it, like this is like, which this bottle probably explains why he was driving how he was, but that's besides the point. And so he's sitting there, he's drinking, he's smoking, like blasting his music, like flipping people off, like all this stuff. And he closes the bottle, puts it down, gets up, and he turns, like when you open the driver's seat, there's like the car still in the driver, so there's like that little V. Gets up, is facing little things and starts peeing. I don't know if we still have the video of this. I'm gonna see if I can find it or if it got saved so that I can prove to you that I am not like making this up. But this man just started peeing, like, and traffic starts going and he doesn't care, like he's flipping off traffic, like taking his piss, like everyone's honking at him. We have to like swerve around because like he was in the way of traffic, like he's pulling to the side but you were still in the way of traffic, especially with your door open and you was standing there peeing. It was wild. I wish I could have witnessed if he got arrested or if someone like fought him, like I don't know, but the entire time I was so baffled. Like this was unlike any other time I had witnessed anything like that, especially considering like he was not homeless. Like this man was in a Cadillac, like he was in like a Gucci shirt, like Louis Vuitton belt. Like I don't know who hurt this man or what this man had gone through to do all of this, but it was just the wildest thing to me, and I just couldn't get over it because I was like, this man's really peeing in front of me. Like This man is like poured one out for the homies, chugging his Grey Goose, smoking his black. Like, he does not care about anything else, anyone else around him. Like, he is just like, this is my life. I was baffled, to say the least. I watched countless homeless men pee on the floor. This was different. Yeah, no, this was different. Yeah. Anyways, that was my story time. I just thought that, like, that whole experience to me was just different and funny, and like, I just wanted to share it with other people. So there's that story. Hope everyone enjoyed it. Hope you got a kick out of it. Let me know in the comments if you've ever watched somebody do that, or watch someone urine in public. Like, I'd love to know. I'd love to know. So do that. Comment below if you've ever witnessed anything like that, or any crazy stories you have, like, in a downtown area. It doesn't have to be Atlanta. It could really be anywhere, because obviously there's a consistency thing. Like, it's not just in certain areas. People do it everywhere. That's our world today. So that's it for my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff. I think I'm gonna link my Instagram down below so you guys can follow me. I might restart using my Twitter. Like, it exists, I just would have to re-download it, the app. So maybe I'll do that. So that might be a thing. We'll see. But until next time,